station from WRDW, the station on your side. News 12 at 11 starts now.
She is accused of stealing money from more than 100 people. Cynthia O'Tyson, formerly known as Cindy Reeves, has been indicted on state racketeering charges. Tonight we hear from law enforcement about why they say it's one of the worst theft cases they've seen here. It's our top story on News 12 at 11 o'clock. I'm Richard Rogers. Good to have you with us tonight. A Richmond County grand jury has spoken indicting Cynthia O'Tyson on state racketeering charges. Investigators spoke with Crime Team 12's Lindsay Gardner about why they consider O'Tyson one of the worst criminals they've seen.
Richard, Richmond County fraud investigator Anita Hobson says O'Tyson was your best friend, and that's what made her so dangerous to so many people.
She was just the nicest, very trustworthy, very Christian type of thief.
It's not every day you hear those words to describe a convicted criminal, but investigators say that's what made Cindy O'Tyson so good.
She did not use strangers. She actually used people that knew her, trusted her, loved her, and prayed with her.
Officials say her operation was run out of her respectable Martinez home. In under a year, investigators say she scammed more than 100 people in Richmond and Columbia counties out of more than $200,000.
This is a very dangerous type of thief. This is a person that not only stole your money, she had you giving her everything you had in trust.
She earned that trust selling discount electronics, but her victims never saw the products because deputies say O'Tyson didn't have any to sell.
We were put into debt, and I was not aware of that, by Cindy O'Tyson.
Pat Van Hooser works with the Augusta Smart Girls Club, a group dedicated to helping middle school girls with their education. And this year, the group learned a valuable lesson that cost them $4,000.
Words can't explain how I feel about it. It makes me disappointed, and it kind of changes the way I think a little bit.
These young victims, plus O'Tyson's previous conviction for a similar crime in 1999, when she was known as Cindy Reeves, is why investigator Hobson is so pleased with the racketeering indictment.
If convicted, promises us that she will not be on the streets for a long time, and that's what we're looking for.
Cynthia Reeves O'Tyson will remain in jail until her trial because she violated her parole stemming from that 1999 conviction.
What a story. What about all the money in this case? Any chance any of these victims will see a dime of it?
No, that's the bad news here. Anita Hobson says that apparently O'Tyson was using that money to fund her scam even further, sometimes buying those angry customers their products at the full retail price in order to prevent them from going to report her to deputies. So right now it looks like all that money has been spent.
So many victims in this one case.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Thanks, Lindsay, for that. Dreary day outside, but even with all the cloud cover, we still didn't see that rain we've been looking for. Meteorologist Michael White is in for Bob with our first forecast. Michael?
Richard, we have been in desperate need of rain. We didn't see any over the past weekend, haven't seen any for the past couple of days, but it looks like we may be in luck. We're about to see a big shift in our forecast. You see that on the Doppler right now. A small spotty shower just to the northeast of us right on the I-20 corridor. And as far as the tower cam goes outside, we're looking to see overcast skies tonight. Temperature sitting at 71 degrees right now with a dew point of 65. 81% humidity. Calm winds are in place as well. Barometric pressure currently falling at 30.06. Now the question is, how much rain are we going to be expecting? Any severe weather going to be expected? They've certainly seen it further west of us. We're going to answer that and much more coming up in your hour-by-hour forecast. Richard?
Thank you, Michael. A heads up for everyone who drives on I-20 and the Bobby Jones Expressway. Major changes coming to Bobby Jones and I-20 interchange. It could impact your commute starting this weekend. 2 ramps you've been using for decades are being shut down starting Sunday. Traffic will be diverted to the new Davis Road Walton Way interchange. A detour will be set up to get you where you need to go via Davis Road. All this may seem confusing, but workers say look for the signs. They'll be there to guide you.
And that would be typically for your out-of-towners that don't know the way around. The locals, they know how to get around this pretty good.
It'll be a challenge, though, for all of us. The old cloverleaf ramps are being redone using more modern flyovers to make them safer, but that work will take a year to a year and a half to complete. Again, those ramps at I-20 and the BJE will be closed starting this Sunday night. New at 11 from Crime Team 12, a health center credit union employee arrested this morning after she was accused of stealing money there. Tara Marie Hines taken into custody around 8 o'clock in the morning for allegedly taking more than $2,000 from the credit union where she worked. Hines is the head teller supervisor at the Harper Street branch of the HCCU. She was arrested by Medical College of Georgia police and turned over to Richmond County. She's being charged with felony theft by taking. We now have surveillance video of the vandals who hit Butler High School. They broke into school early Monday morning around 3:30, and they took care to hide their identities. The principal at Butler says a couple of people broke windows and went through desk drawers in the school, scattering papers and broken glass everywhere. 9 classrooms were vandalized. If you have any information about these suspects, call police. Also from the crime team, another dollar store robbed today, one of several stores recently. This time it's the store on Tobacco Road, and tonight Richmond County investigators need your help looking for the last suspect from the armed robbery. Right now they believe he is a juvenile. Officers did take another juvenile into custody at the scene, and an adult male was arrested earlier this evening. Also from Crime Team 12, North Augusta Public Safety still looking for a robber from this morning. This robbery at a home on Summerhill Road. Officers say a man pushed in the door of the house, took a wallet, and ran away. They believe the suspect is a friend of the person who lives there. If you know anything about this break-in, call North Augusta Public Safety. That number is 803-279-2121. New at 11, the mother of Augusta native and Virginia Tech shooting victim Ryan Clark in Washington today. Letty Clark was part of a group visiting the nation's capital to push for tougher gun laws. Her son's killer, masked gunman Cho Sung-Wee, was found to have a history of mental illness. Clark's mother wants stricter background checks to buy guns, all part of a larger bill that will overhaul the current background check system. The new legislation would restrict gun sales to mental patients. One father who lost his 19-year-old daughter spoke out today as Letty Clark looked on.
We strongly believe that if the provisions in this bill were in force more than 6 months ago, our daughter Mary and her 32 fellow Hokies would still be alive today, and those who were injured would not be struggling with the lifelong effects of this assault.
We plan to move this bill, and no single senator is going to stand in the way. It's been 6 months. Congress must act to pass this legislation.
As the senator mentioned, it does make 6 months now since Ryan's death. He was 22 years old and the second person killed that morning in the Virginia Tech shootings. An Augusta woman recovering after she was attacked by 4 pit bulls in broad daylight. It happened in the morning on Cratha Drive. 2 of the dogs were shot and